Hello everyone, welcome to Claret and Booze. My name's Nick, out in the garden, just done a barbecue. Sorry if I've got food in my teeth, but yeah, it is what it is. I've got a fair bit to be getting through. I'm going to try and rattle through it as quickly as possible because we've got England tonight, haven't we? But look, as always, if you are new to this channel, please subscribe. Don't forget, drop a like on the video and hype me up, baby, if you got any left. Okay, so going to talk about Soucek in this, going to talk about Nipple Verkoffen, whatever his name is, this new director of football geezer that's apparently coming in, or so they say. Just very briefly going to touch on that. Some other bits and pieces as well, and then I'm going to go into what I was wrong about, or what I've been wrong about. So I'll get into that in a little bit. First of all, Thomas Soucek. So I spoke briefly. Have I? I did. I spoke about him yesterday. Well, I thought it was just his ankle, because I watched that game and he went over on his ankle. To me, it looked bad, it looked sore, but it just looked like, to me, an ankle injury. I don't quite know how you can do your knee from that, because the rumour now, which is being confirmed from quite a lot of sources, is that he's done his ACL, which, as we know, is awful. That is, especially for someone who's 31 as well. I think his contract is up at the end of next season. If you've blown your ACL, you're out for a year. So if that's the case, it's a terrible scenario for everyone concerned, because look, whether you want Thomas Soucek here or not or whatever, he has been a brilliant servant for the club. He doesn't deserve that whatsoever. It'd be a really, really sad way for him to bail out from West Ham if that is the case. We don't know that is the case yet. Like I said, for me, looking at that, looked like he'd done his ankle. His ankle had gone underneath him, but we'll have to wait until it gets properly clarified. However, many people are alluding to the fact that it is the ACL. I don't know how you do it. Maybe you twist your ankle and you bow your... I don't know. I wouldn't know how you blow your ACL doing that. But it is a shame, especially in the circumstances as well. It was their third game, dead rubber, 3-0 down against Mexico, 3 minutes from the end of the game. So it is a shame. It is gutting. Also, from a selfish perspective, from being West Ham, we know that we're not that great at the moment in terms of our finances. Now we've got someone stuck with us who can't play for us, who's on a hefty wage. So looking at it purely from that perspective, not great at all. But yeah, so look, hopefully it's not going to be the ACL. Hopefully it will just be an ankle sprain, and he'll either be back and then he can stay here, or we can sell him and he can continue his career and we can crack on doing what we've got to do. The other thing is Max van Nippelhoffen, whatever his name is, the geezer that we've got coming in to be the apparent director of football, or not the director of football, the director of recruitment. I've seen what a lot of people have said, and again, I'm going to put this down to speculation. First of all, this guy hasn't signed yet. Not saying he ain't going to, but they're saying that it's going to be a three-way trifecta between Noble. Where's that come from? Noble, the nipple bloke, and Nuno. Well, we've had this three-way thing before, haven't we? That was Lopetegui, Sullivan and Stighton. Didn't work. You know, going to commit... there's got to be a common vision. There really has to be. I don't want the same sort of situation to happen again. It can't. I'm not saying it'll be the same as that. Maybe it will just be, you know, a democracy, a proper committee whereby somebody proposes a player and then all three people have to agree on that target before they're signed. I don't know, but even that, you know, we've got to make so many changes. Nuno wants a player, somebody else proposes a player, and you're just going to get bottlenecks. We really don't need that type of disruption, I don't think. So I'm gonna take that with a pinch of salt, because that isn't really what I wanted to hear. I wanted somebody to come into the club who's going to have overall control of everything, of player recruitment, of philosophy, and just somebody to drive us forward. That's what we need. But again, we don't know whether that is going to be the case or whether it isn't. We're just going to have to wait and see. Right, moving on to... I've got a little treat for you at the end as well. What was I wrong about? Okay, what was I wrong about? I've been banging on about the 30th of June an awful lot because everyone has. You know, and this comes down to not really doing your research fully in terms of where these links and these stories come from. Because it materialises, I've had a conversation with somebody that understands quite deeply football regulations in terms of the financial regulations, and they've had a look at our accounts as well. Now, I never thought that we was up against it with PSR anyway. I didn't think that this was PSR. I thought this was due to debt and monies owed, 30th of June. But apparently not. The story that's being put out there is all to do with PSR. We need to get 100 million in or we're going to breach PSR. Well, it's complete bollocks because our accounting period closed on the 31st of May. And PSR, for us, is aligned with that. So the books are closed. Whatever was in those accounts, that is what PSR, that was what will go towards our PSR. Plus, next season, it changes to something else, SCR, and there's a big difference there as well. Now, we did have an opportunity to move it from the 31st of May until to the 30th of June, which would be more aligned with the rest of the Premier League. We didn't take it, so that would have given us an extra month's grace. If we was in PSR trouble or at risk of breach, you would imagine that we would have taken that up. So maybe we're not. We still had the £100 million Declan Rice money in there, which again, just free money because, he came for our academy. We sold Paqueta as well. Wage bill's been hammered down. Maybe, as far as PSR is concerned, we're okay. As we know, if anyone who's kind of not been through the accounts, but what shows where experts have been through those accounts, it's all about cash. It's all about cash flow. Everything's about cash flow. There is one definitive date, and that's that 40 million Barclays loan that we had. Not loan, overdraft. That's got to be paid back by the 9th of July in full. That's got to be done. Now, there was a footnote in the accounts because the auditors wouldn't sign it off unless the board members committed to injecting some money into the club should we not be able to get money in by a certain date, because as we know, the accounts did show that there was a £105 million loss or just under. So the auditors needed a commitment from the board members to say, well, look, if you can't sell players to pay this debt off, you're going to have to sort of front the bill yourselves. So what I was talking about yesterday, the conspiracy, could still stand. The bad thing is, what I've been hoping and praying for is that we've only got a few days left until things start moving. So what was it I said yesterday? Kretinsky's playing hardball. He's pricing the players out because it would suit David Sullivan for us to pay that debt off with player sales versus having to, him having to inject money. And I was hoping that there was just a few days there, but that is now obviously that's blown out the water. That's not the case. That's not good news. I was getting quite excited for the for the 1st of July. That's what I was getting excited for. That isn't going to be the case. It's not. So I'm told now. If I'm wrong, again, please tell me. But the reason I'm making this video now is because I do want to clear it up. If I get anything wrong, I will always hold my hands up. With this I've just got to be more careful where we get our information from. Like I said, I did trace that and track that back, saw where it come from and thought, oh, fuck. So moving forwards, I will double check where things come from. But yeah, ultimately, the 30th of June thing looks like a bit of a red herring. I do apologise. It's disappointed me as well. The fact remains that everything that we've been speaking about still can play out. It can. Now, Sullivan is still a 38% shareholder. He's off the board. He can't vote for anything. But obviously, he can have an impact with anything like any moves that the board makes that could effectively affect his shareholding. He can have a vote on. Or, no, not so much have a vote on. From what I've been told, if we are at risk, financial risk, which we currently are, and we need a cash injection, then irrespective of what's written into share agreements and stuff like that, the board have a responsibility to look after the business as opposed to the interests of a particular shareholder and their shareholding. So if it's voted that we need a cash injection and we need it now, and Daniel Kretinsky goes, right, bang, there's 200 million or whatever it is, that's what we're going to do, every shareholder gets offered the chance to contribute so that their shareholding isn't affected. If they don't take that up, then their shareholding gets diminished. That's what happens. So I still think that's what this is all about. Kretinsky is not... Because the other thing you've got to be careful of as well, don't forget, looking forward to sort of next year's PSR, it's right. We can't afford to sell players for less than their value, and we've got to make money on some players because of all the losses that we've taken recently, because that will count against us in future PSR or SCR, whatever the fuck it's called. I don't know what it's called. But you can't keep on buying players in and selling them at a loss and stuff like that. So we do have to start running the club better. So I agree. I think this is a route that we've got to take. And I think that debt that's been built up, that shouldn't be... Kretinsky shouldn't be allowing Sullivan, who's built this debt up, to sell our players to pay that off. This is kind of going to be Kretinsky's club now. It's not Sullivan's, even though he's a 38% shareholder. So I agree with this. The only problem is that this kind of... There could be a bit of a loggerheads. It could drag on and on and on. And I hope it doesn't. Fingers crossed this guy, that Max Verklinkerhoff, and hopefully he comes in and then we start seeing some movement. We have been linked with a few players, well, quite a few players. You've got that, what's the geezer from Leicester? What's his name? Fatty Wala? Or something like Fatty Wahoo. Fatty Wahoo, that one. Sugar plum dumpling. Him, yeah. Looks alright, looks good. But it rumoured that the deal's done if you look online. I don't see how that's going to be the case because I don't think we'll be signing any players now or committing until players have gone out the door. So hopefully it's true. I just don't see it. I don't see it at the moment. So I'm keeping me powder dry on that one. I'm not really getting involved in transfers until there's stuff a little bit more concrete comes out. But look, anyway, we've got England coming up tonight. I'm not going to talk about the game, but I am going to sort of play you out this evening to a song came on the radio earlier on, so I thought I'd share it with you. Many of you won't like this, by the way, but if you was born late 70s or you was born early 80s and you liked a little bit in the old UK garage scene, used to go Benji's, was it the Shannon, Caesar's Palace, over the old Kent Road, Eros, wherever you used to go, you will like this song. You will like this song and it will take you straight back. All right, so I'm going to leave this with you now. Wanted to clear that up. All right. Like I said, whenever I feel like I've got something wrong, I will tell you because I don't want to get your hopes up unnecessarily. So that's it from me. I'm going to let you go. Enjoy the England game, everyone. Speak to you soon. Come on, you irons.
Heard this one new. Hoi oi, hoi oi, and you bring me love, and you bring me joy. Hoi oi, grab a girl, grab a boy, to the left, to the right. This is the sound of. Bring me love and you bring me joy. I grab a girl, I grab a boy. To the rhythm of backer, who's in the mic, I'm a lyric attacker. Special MC, they get the crowd, I pop beats and bassline, come and take a bus selector. To the rhythm of backer, who's in the mic, I'm a lyric attacker. Special MC, that they come and they get ya. Beats and bassline, come and take a bus selector. Hoi oi, hoi oi, and you bring me love, and you bring me joy. Hoi oi, grab a girl, grab a boy, to the left, to the right. We're coming down, we're coming inside. Check this out. Once upon a time I walk in my manor, I come across a bad boy selector. What's your name? It's the Rough Rider. How about now we get you on? Once upon a time I walk in my manor, I come across a bad boy selector. What's your name? It's the Rough Rider. How about now we get your iPod sun shining? We come together, roll at the track to get the crowd iPod, bring out the joy and love in your area. This tune, rewind selector. I can't hear your rewind selector. Got to reload this tune of fire. Yeah. Hoi oi, hoi oi, and you bring me love, and you bring me joy. Hoi oi, grab a girl, grab a boy, to the left, to the right. We're coming down, we're coming inside. This is the sound of. Bring me love and you bring me joy. I grab a girl, I grab a boy. Hoi oi, hoi oi. Sound of the Strictly Underground. We're in your town. Check this out. Don't stop, just keep dancing. This here tune's got the body pumping. All the ravers left, right and centre. Wicked tonight, cannot forget ya. DJ rinsing, get the crowd hyper. Feel the joy as we come together. Ride the roll, the beats with the flavour. Special on the mic for the raver. You bring me love and you bring me joy. Mark the Rough the Rider, special MC. We get you freaky, we get you freaky. Feel the joy inside the place. Two-step beats, wickedest bass.